Now, in the previous class, we took most of the alphabet as we see in the front of us, and what is left is simply we have letter fa and qa. You know what we will do today? We are going to take the rest of the alphabet, all the letters which is we did not take it before. So I hope you are practicing. You know, we have the videos for the previous videos, and those who they are like first time listener, you can go to the previous videos and you can watch them. They are there, and please practice the way to pronounce the letters, and I hope you guys you will do good in this class. Now today we are going to continue with those letters. The first letter is fa. Fa. Simply letter fa is the same as when we say in English father. Fa. Let me make it bigger. I had no choice but to share the whole screen in order to be able to see my writing on the screen. It could not take the writing unless it is. So this is fa. Same as the letter F in the beginning of any word in English. Father, family, you know, like fa. Very simple. So this is how the letter fa is written by itself, and this is how it is in the beginning, and this is how it is in the middle, and this is how it is at the end. Now, as we said before, always when you write the letter at the end of the word, always the letter go to the original stage, which is as we see here. The only thing you see as a different, if it is at the end and it's connected, if it's connected, not necessarily always it's connected because it's going to be, you will see here there's a little connection, but still the letter is the same. If you notice, all the letters we took before at the end, if they are connected, there's a little connection. It is something you add to the letter, nothing, not a big deal. But the letter is in the original stage. As you see, this letter here is the same as this letter here. The only difference is if it's connected, we add little connection here. You see it? And look with me when the connection is going to be added. As an example, you will notice that letter fa and qa, you will see the connection started where the end of the movement here, I mean the circle, not down, not like ka. So you need to remember that. All right, you see here the letter ka, the connection is down. Simply when you see two lines are meeting together, this is where the connection will be. This is the line coming from the top, and this is the curve, and they are meeting in this spot. So this is where the connection will be. Same for the letter qa. This is circle, go in circle and go down here, and suddenly is going to stop here, and this the connection will be. So always the connection is going to be at the point of locations, which mean more than two lines are crossing together. This is where we start the connection. It doesn't matter what the letter is. All right, so now we go back to pronounce those letters. First of all, I want to apologize. Last time my computer crashed. I need to order a new tablet. This one, the driver is causing my computer to crash, so I have to unblock it again to avoid, if I use it for a while or long, the computer will crash. And this is what I'm doing now. So you have to be patient with me until I buy a new one. Here we go back to the letter fa. This is how we write the letter fa, as you see in front of you, if it is in the beginning. and this is how it's the connection. You see all the letters are the same. Actually, if we go back to all the letters we took before, you will see all are the same. There's no really no different. All of them, they have the same rule, except the letters, if you remember, those we said do not accept connection from the left. You remember them? We colored them with the brown. So those letters do not accept connection from the left. This is why in writing they will be different a little bit. However, from the right side is the same. Only from the left they don't accept connection. So just put that in your mind. And we have the Hamza. This is the Hamza. We did not take it yet. We will take it now. The Hamza is a unique letter. It does not connect anyway to anything. You will never see the Hamza, this letter here, connected to anything, period. So don't think ever that you will find the Hamza is connected to anything. It's always either in the top of something or underneath of something or even in the line, which means nothing underneath or above. So this is the Hamza is going to be different. We will talk about it soon. All right, I'm just trying to refresh your memory. Those letters here, they don't accept connection from the left. Remember, Arabic language is a language which we write and read from the right to the left, not from the left to the right. So don't be confused when we write. All right, so if I ask you right now to recite for me the alphabet, you start from the A, Alif, not from the Ja. All right, because you have to start from the right. So you can say we are totally the opposite direction from the Latin language in everything, even the way we line up the words, even the way we make sentence. Soon we will start making sentence, and you will see how we make it. All right, so we always read it from the right to the left, and now we will continue, go back to those letters we will take today. I'm sure you heard before the word falafel. Falafel. I will hook up my tablet, and let us pray is not going to crush my computer. I hope so. And I will write the word falafel for you, just to show you. I will write actually 3 words, where the letter fa first in the beginning, and then in the middle, and then at the end, so you can see how it's going to be. So let us write the word falafel. All right. Fa, la. You see here, you will notice with me, I just wrote the word, the letter fa. It has a dot. Now, what you hear, you always you need to listen to the sound. Fa, fa. That's mean there is a. All right. So I need the letter a. Now I'm going to disconnect to show you the letters we are writing. Then you will hear the letter fa, la. Oh, there is la, huh? La. That's mean letter L. And then you hear again fa, la, la. That's mean there's a. Huh? So we have alif, and then we hear again fa, fala, fil, fa, and then l. So la, when we have letter la, this is 2 letters are merged together. Actually here, this a here is nothing but a fatha. We say fa, fa, but this is a fatha. So when we make the sound fa, all right, we don't, this is not an alif here, it's a sound only. So fa, la, and then a, and then fa, and then l. Now we connect them. Fala. Oh, this dot here is big. Sorry, my hand is not comfortable in writing. Let's see here. Let us clean the board and write it better. Now you might ask yourself why I wrote the letter la this way. Two letters are together written this way. So fala, fa, fell. This la here is letter L and A. Now A, because it does not accept connection from the left, if you remember. So this is how we put it together. When you say when the L and the A they meet, then we make them this way. All right. Why? Because letter A will not accept connection from the left. So we will not place it alone by itself. So we lay it in the top of the letter L. So this is how the la will look like. If we type it, let me type the word falafel for you. And we go back here. I will type falafel. Go to Arabic. Falafel. Make it big. So you hear first fa, this is fatha, there is no alif, and then L, fala, and then there's alif. Let us put it in the middle. I hope that the text is clear. Should I make it bigger? Should I make it bigger or it's clear still? Let us make it bigger. All right. So falafel, fa in the beginning, la, and you see how we made the alif and the L, the letter A. All right. This is the fa. We draw it down and we put the dot. Don't forget the dot. And then here we hear the sound L. So fa, you see we say fa even though there is no alif, but there's a fatha. The reason we say fa because there's a fatha. So this is a fatha. Fa. It's like if there's an alif here, but there's no alif for real. It's just a sound. Now fa la. This is the L. Now there is a fala. This is the a. And now again fala fa. And then the letter L again at the end. Remember we said the letter L always go, the letter when it's at the end it goes back to the original. You remember? So letter L written like this as the original. So because it is at the end is going to be at the original shape. So falafel, falafel, fa la, connect, fa again and connect, falafel. Are we good? Let us write another word. I will write the word. I will find a word where the letter fa in the middle. Muftah. Muftah mean a key. Muftah. So this is the letter fa. Let me unblock my tablet so computer will not crash. Unblock it again. All right. And now we write the muftah. This is the M and this is the fa, a dot, and then ta and alif, and this is letter ha. Muftah. Don't forget the ta have two dots. Muftah. You see the fa, this is the M. Now we are when I draw the fa. The fa is a circle like this. Put a dot and then the ta, two dots, and then the a, connect, and then the letter ha. Very easy. Muftah. All right. If there is any question, so this is the letter fa, where in the middle. In the middle mean does not necessarily mean in the middle. It means it is connected from both sides, which means it's not the first letter and not the last letter. So this is what we mean by in the middle. All right. Miftah. Miftah mean key. All right. Now you might say to me, now you just said miftah, me, as if there is what? Yeah, simply this is a kasra. Here we have a kasra. Miftah. You remember when we said the fatha and the kasra and the dhamma? So if we put, this is the qa, let us go to fa. We add fatha. It's going to be fa. We add kasra. It's going to be fi. We add dhamma. That will make it fu. So fa, fi, fu. Fa, fi, fu. Those are sound. We don't write them as letters, but we make them as a sound. You might see later that we don't even use the fatha and the kasra when we write. This is, you will find only that what we call it is tashkil. Tashkil simply in Arabic is what you see in front of you, those decoration we put in the top or underneath of the letters to make a sound, to correct the pronunciation. But usually we use those kind of tashkil only in two kind of books, either extremely serious, which is religious, like the Bible or the Quran for the Muslims, or books for children's. Now why for children's? Because children do not know really how to pronounce the word correctly. So in order to help them to understand how to pronounce it until they memorize it by time, repeating the same thing always, they do not need that tashkil to be used. So by time you will learn it and you will not need it really to write it down. So as you see right now, I'm not writing it, but I say miftah. All right. I did not even, I said falafel. I know how I did not say falafel. I said falafel because I know here there's a fatha in the top of fa. All right. How I know? By time you practice, like you use the language, then you know it. You know how it is. It's like a driving. First time they give you rules, a lot of rules. You don't do this, you don't do that. After that, you don't think about it. It's come just automatically. All right. So now we will find the word where we write the letter fa at the end. So let us see here. You hear the Muslim, they say the word Hanif. Hanif. Now if we for some reason I'm typing the, yeah, okay. Hanif. Hanif. Anyone knows what Hanif mean? The Muslim, they say Abraham was Hanif. Now that because Muslims are a bunch of ignorant, do not know that the word Hanif, it's not someone who worship the only God, one God. The fact the word Hanif is an Aramaic word, mean pagan. It is the opposite of what the Muslim think. So Hanif is a word Muslim they use these days, and when they say it, they mean that they are the followers of Abraham, but in fact it is the opposite. Now Hanif, if you see with me here, let us write it together. This is the letter Ha in the beginning. Simply let us make the letters by themselves. Ha, and then letter Na, and then letter Ya, and then letter Fa. And now let us connect, just connect. You see how easy it is? It just line up the letters one by one next to each other. Ha, Na, Ya, and then fa, and then we connect Hanif. Now, for sure, it look ugly for many reason. You know, I'm not really comfortable in the writing because I'm taking the whole desktop to show it. My tablet, the pen is at the edge of the tablet. Like I have only like 1 inch to write here. You know, in order to go up, I have to write here. I have to write in the top of the thing. So Hanif, this is more comfortable here. Hanif. Hanif mean, as I say today, in the use today by Muslims, they mean someone he follow Abraham, but in fact it's mean pagan. You know, the Jews, they used to call someone Hanif is someone he circumcised, if someone he do circumcision, but he is not a Jew. All right. So to tell everybody that he is not a Jew, don't be fooled that he is circumcised. That mean he is still a pagan. He is not a Jew. All right. So this is Hanif. Here you see the letter Fa at the end. We are not talking about dialect. We are talking about Aramaic as Aramaic. Aramaic, there is ancient Aramaic, there is modern Aramaic. However, all of them are ancient. There is people of like Aramaic who speak the original Aramaic, which they live in some places in Syria, and there's Aramaic which is spoken by the Assyrian. It's the same. They are very close actually, but as we say, like always, there is a dialect. They change by the location, but both are Aramaic, and they understand each other very well. Now, so we learned Fa in the beginning, in the middle, at the end, and as you see, it's very simple. Just make yourself as if you are lining up letters and you connect them. Now we take letter Qa. Letter Qa, let me unblock the tablet so we don't have a computer crash. All right, and we clean the screen. Now here, this is a new letter, Qa. Qa by itself. I am going to type. I hope you guys, you bought the stickers so you can put them in the top of your keyboard, so you can switch to Arabic. And if you do not know how to activate the Arabic language in Windows or Mac, it's very easy. You can search in YouTube videos, and there's many people teach you how to do it. So Qa by itself, and then I will just type the Qa again, and that will show me how it's going to be when it is at the end. Now if I type it one more time, it's going to show me how it is in the middle. Qa qa qa, qa qa qa. Okay, for sure there's no words like this, right? You will not find the word have 3 letters are the same letters. That would be funny. I'm just showing you how the letter itself merged together in the stages of the beginning, middle, and at the end. All right, now how to pronounce the letter Qa. You know, the most close letter for it in English, as if you are using the word, the letter, I don't know if I can say Ka, but it's not really Ka. It is deep, like Qa, Qa, Qa. You hear the chicken sometimes they say bak 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 qa 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 qa. All right, so it is not Ka, it is Qa, Qa. You have to practice that and see how you can work out with it. So this is how Qa is. Now let us write a word have Qa in the beginning. The word qalb. Let's switch to Arabic. Qalb mean heart. Qalb. This is how the word and letter in the beginning, as you see here, and this is letter L and Ba. So simply, this word is a 3 letters, Qa and L and Ba. All what we do, we just connect them, and you will notice that those curves here, we take them off when we connect. You know what I mean? And the letter ba, when it is connected in the middle, it's at the end, it go back to original. So because it's at the end now, we keep it as it is. The only thing we do, we just add here a connection. So we just add a line and we connect them. All right. So if I write now the word qalb, let me put the tablet again. All right. I will go here. Qalb. Qa have two dots in the top. This is letter Qa. Qa. Two dots. Fa have one dot. Remember that. Fa, one dot, one dot. Fa. So how we know the difference between Qa and Fa? If it is two dots, it is Qa. If it is one dot, it is Fa. So this is the word qalb. Now we will take another word where the letter Qa in the middle. I will say naqal. Naqala or naqal. Naqala, it's mean like move, like you move something from a place to a place. All right. So naqala, so you are moving something. Na qa la. Simply there's three letters here. Na and qa by themselves, and L. We connect them, the na and then the qa and then the la. That's it. Naqala. Two dots. Let us see at the end. I will say the word rifq. Rifq. Ra. Ra, you will see we don't connect here because Ra is one of the letters, don't accept connection in the left, right? You remember? So Ra, rifq. Listen with me. Rif. Try to find out what is the coming letter. Rifq. Letter Fa, right? Rif. Rif. So we have Fa. What is the last letter? Rifq. Rifq. Qa. Qa. Here we go. Qa. We just connect them. Rifq. All right. Rifq mean mercy, to be a mercy of someone, or easy, like you know, like you carry something with rifq. It's mean you are really very careful. All right. Or you deal with somebody with rifq, which mean you are really merciful with this person. Like the mother, she is taking care of her son. Uh, and this is why, like in Arabic, we say if you have a friend, we call him Rafiq. Rafiq. Let us write the word Rafiq. Let us see if you guys you can find out what the letters in the word Rafiq. Try to write it down in your side, even with English letters. Rafiq. Rafiq. Now you will hear Ra. That means there's a Ra, and it sounds like there's a, but no, there's no alif. This is Fatha. So we say Rafiq. Ra. This is the first letter. Ra. Fiq. F. Fa. And then Ya. And then Qa. Rafiq. Rafiq mean a friend. Someone like even your wife, you can call her Rafiq. Rafiq Darbi, which means the one who walk with me in the way of life, or the road of life. So Rafiq. So this is how the Qa at the end, it goes back to the original. The only difference is there's a little connection here. Letter before it is Ya. Letter before it is Fa. Letter before it is Ra. Are we okay? If there is any confusion, if there is any confusion, please let me know. I'm trying to remove the messages there, which is not a question no more, so I can see the new messages. No message, no questions. All right, so now we go to the letter. You are Aramaic, you don't understand. Oh, well, you can go right now, Stephanie. You speak Aramaic? Stephanie, you are saying you are an Aramaic? I'm not sure what do you mean. Uh, you can go right now and search for the Aramaic meaning for the word Hanif, and you will see the word Hanif mean pagan. All right. But I believe the Aramaic, they pronounce it a little bit in different way. They don't say Hanif. I think I'm not sure about the pronunciation, uh, but I'm very sure from the meaning. All right, you can search right now in Google or later after the class, and you will see what the word Hanif mean. Now we continue here. We go to the letter after that, which is letter Ka. Ka. Ka in the first and by itself, and Ka in the middle, and Ka at the end. You will notice how the letter Ka changed when we connected. Now in the beginning, there is no connection from this direction here. There's no connection here. Why? Because it's in the beginning. Now you will notice here letter Ka is connected from this side. But why the letter Ka, the look change? I can't really explain to you why. You have to memorize it. This is how it is. When you connect, when you have letter Ka by itself, you will see how it's written this way. This thing here is not a Hamza. Don't be confused. This is something to recognize the letter Ka when it is by itself or at the end. All right. So don't think this is Hamza, because we have Hamza, right? Hamza look like this. Look the same actually, but it's not the same. This is not Hamza. This is part of the letter Ka. All right. I hope that is clear. So let us write a word have Ka in the beginning, Ka at the end, and Ka in the middle. Let us say Kitab. Kitab. This is Ka in the middle, sorry, in the beginning. And this letter Ta, we know it already, and A and Ba. So those are four letters, as simple as that. Ka and Ta and A again and Ba. Four letters. When we connect them, look how they look like. Are we okay? Any question? All right. So now let us write the word or letter Ka in the middle. So we will write the word, let us say Miknasa. Miknasa mean broom, the one you clean the dust with it. This is the letter Ka when it is connected. So simply, when we have letter Ka, let us see how we can write it, because the Ka it changed as a look. Let us see how we can write this letter when we are drawing it. So Miknasa. This is the letter M, ma, and then ka. So we make this, and that's it, ka. And then letter na, and then sa. Remember, sa have to have three edges, like a knife, and then letter ta. Now, soon we will take this letter ta, and we will see why it look like this. All right, it look weird, right? It look like a dragon or something, a head of an animal or something. So miknasa, miknasa. Now, for sure, my writing is not really beautiful, the same as printing. But you know, when you became a person who grew up and you write, like, people, they understand you, even if the writing is not so. It's like a doctors, you know what I mean? But still, people who grow up there, they will understand. So if we write carefully, miknasa. All right, miknasa. And the dot is too far. We need to make it go closer. Okay. So miknasa. Now we will go and take more letters. Any question until now? Yeah, next we will take those letters anyway. Like we will take them now, not later, you know. But we need to finish them first here. All right, let us go to the more letters to follow. Let us take the tablet so we don't crash. Now we have here three more letters. This is letter L, la, L, L by itself, L in the beginning, L in the middle, and L at the end. So let us type a word here. Feel. Feel mean elephant. Sound like familiar, right? Feel, elephant. So here the letter L at the end. Remember when we said at the end, always the letter go back to the original stage. So simply all what we are doing, you are just connecting this little connect here. The same, nothing changed. L. It's the same as when it is by itself. Right? Now this is when it is in the beginning. So let us write a word here when it is in the beginning. This is at the end. So let us go and find the word where L in the beginning. Let us say Lola. Lola is it's a word like, you know, you say if, like if something, if that thing did not happen, I will have something else. So this is what Lola mean. If something did not happen, or if something happened. So Lola is like you wish something not to happen or it happened. Like if he did not get involved, we will not have this issue. Or if I have one more number correct in the lotto, I will win. But like so Lola mostly resemble the if, but it's more than an if. It's like if you are, as if you are making a big statement saying there is something happened, and because of that thing something else was like either did not happen or something happened because of it. So because of the involvement of that thing come to happen, or that thing would never happen. So this is what we meant by Lola. It is an exception, like because of this, let us say I was okay with this guy, if you did not involve with him or between us. So I say Lola. All right, so like I was okay with this person, I have a nice friendship, Lola your involvement. I hope you get the point. All right. So لولا, you see here the letter. The reason I choose this word actually because we have two la here, two letter L in the beginning and at the end. So لولا, let me write it here, it's more comfortable for me. La و la. You see the la, we said when it's connected to alif, the alif does not accept connection from the left. Now you see here I'm not connecting it, but if you connect it, it's the same. Don't worry about like la, like this, or la, like that. It's fine. People understand that this is la. So low la, low la. So low in the beginning like this, then wa, the wa does not accept connection from the left. One of the letters don't accept connection, you remember, and then la, lawla. All right. So lawla, this is how we write it. Now let us write another word where the letter la in the middle. So I will say, actually we gave one already. We mentioned the word qalb. You remember? Qalb. Qalb mean heart. Qa. All right. And then letter la. And then ba. Qalb. So la here in the middle, this is how it is. It's the same as a column, and you have a base. And then you connect the letter before it, whatever it is, and the letter after it, whatever it is. And always the letter at the end go back to the original, if you remember. Always those letters go back to the original at the end. Now let us clean and go to the letter after. M or ma. This is equal to M in English. All right, like mountain. Mountain. We took already the word muftah, which means the key. Remember? Muftah. This is letter M in the beginning, as we see it here. Now at the letter M in the middle, it's the same, but we just add a connection here. So let's say mimsaha. We have two letter here, mim. But you will notice with me something here. Look what I did. The ma already it's turning its face down when we write it. Now don't look at the print here. This is a print. But when you write, you will see the M, its face, it's coming down. You see what I'm talking about? M. Not the same as the F, up. So this is how you write it, M. This is the easiest way. Now we have two M, so we repeat it the same. Mim, then sa, then ha, and then letter ta. Mimsaha. Let us write it better. Mim mimsaha. I will type it as a print so you will see the difference between the writing and the print. All right. Mimsaha. See how it is? I hope it's clear for you. Are we good to go? Any problem? No questions? All right. So now we continue and we have the letter na. So we will write the letter na. N. Letter na. Let me type them for you here in English first. This is letter L. I will make it capital letter. And this is letter M. I will make it big too so you can see it. And this is letter N now, like Nancy. All right. Now those letters we took before here, this is fa. Now here I can write ka, but I told you this is not ka, but this is the maybe the most close letter to resemble the letter we will write, ka. Now here this is a really ka here, but here we are trying to resemble the letter kha. So ka, we can say ka, but it is like, this is what I do actually to tell you that this is not exactly the sound. I add something here in the top to tell you that this is not exactly ka, but this is a sound to resemble close. So if you want to say ka, it is not really ka. But if you say, like, you want to say qala, qala mean he said, someone said. So if you say to someone qala, they understand that you meant qala, but this is not correct, because qala, when you are say ka, you are pronouncing letter ka, which is here, this one. You get my point? So you have to work in this letter here. This is a qa, qa, the same as a chicken when it's make a sound, qa 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 qa, not ka. But as I said, if you say ka because you could not pronounce the ka, people will understand. But sometimes it might make a confusion, you know, if there's two words are very close in the pronunciation, and then you say ka because you are pronouncing ka, which is this one, this letter. All right. So we go back. Now letter na. Letter na. So I want to say there is a word. It's in a Hebrew word actually. Nissan. Nissan, the same as a car brand. Nissan. Ni. San. Nisan. Nisan is a month. You know, always the Jews, they called their Passover is Nisan. All right, not the Passover itself. They call it in the month. The month of the Passover is Nisan. Nisan is the month of the spring, where the winter is gone, and now they are saying hello to the spring. So this is why Nisan is very important month. Which present April, you know, March, April, May, etc. So Adar in Arabic, Adar, this is March, and Nisan is April. All right. Now you see here the first letter is na. This is in the beginning, and simply it is not really something difficult to do. Just try to find out what the letters of the word, even if you never write the word before. Try to find out what the letter, and you just connect them. So right now, if I type this, Microsoft keeps switching the size of the letters. This is na, and then letter ya. and letter sa, and letter a, and letter na. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters. Now we will take letter ya next. Now here, look at the letter ya. We will take this one right away after we finish those. You see the second letter here? Let me write it down for you. This is the letter ya, which is the second letter in that word. So we are writing Nisan. Ni, this is na, and now there's ya. But how come here by itself is coming like a duck and there's two letters underneath of it? You see what I'm talking about? This is the original way for the letter ya. This is the original. Like in the other day, one of you asked me the word Musa. Musa. M, wa, and sa, and alif. Musa. So he thought that this is yeah, because it looked the same. This is just we call it little short alif here in the top. So, but in the printing it says Musa. It doesn't show anything here. So he said, "This is yeah, right?" I said, "No, this is not yeah. This is alif. Alif. It's written this way sometime, and we will show you that later. So don't be confused. So how we will know what is yeah and how the yeah is written? If it is at the end, is going to appear as you see it here. Here, you see it like a duck with two dots. If it is in the beginning or in the middle, is going to be either this way in the beginning or just an edge and two dots again in the middle. Now if it is at the end, then we will make the duck again. So this is ye ye ye, ye ye ye, ya ya ya. All right. So Nisan, this is na, and this is the ya, and now we start drawing the sa. The sa, three edges. Remember, you have to draw three edges, otherwise people will not know that this is sa. Nisan. There's alif, and then there's letter noon. Na. You see, in the beginning it looked like this, right? So we go back. Sorry, I mean by itself. When it is at the end, it go back to original. Nisan. Are we good? Uh, oh, so Stephanie, she is giving us the way they pronounce the word Hanif, the one we mentioned. She said it says Hanfu. Hanfu. Yeah, correct. I remember now actually. It is not Hanif, they say Hanfu. It's very close. You know, this is how they merge actually, because Arabic is born of Aramaic, not Aramaic is born from Arabic, and which mean pagan. Okay, I have a question. I'm reading word. How do I know if the letter is the middle of the word is the daza or noon? I'm not sure what you mean, Stephanie. You know what? Next class, I'm going to open my Skype. Actually, if you assign to my circle, I can like invite you to have your mic open with me, so you can ask me by voice, because text sometimes is not really clear. So I'm reading word. How do I know if the letter is the middle of the word or daza or noon? I'm not sure what you mean by daza. If you can make it, if you can explain more, Stephanie, so I can answer you. All right, I will be waiting for your question to be more clear for me. Uh, you can say, yeah, like about the letter qa, that we go back to letter qa. I just saw this question. Letter qa, if we write it here, qa, is maybe if you want to use letter ka, the q, maybe it's close to, you know, but it's not the same still. You know what I mean? So you use the q, you use the k, it's still not the same. You have to make it differently. Qa is qa, kya, ka is not qa. You get my point? Like now in my book, if I write the if I try to resemble the letter, uh, I write in English, but I want to say qa. So let's say I want to say Ibn al-Qayyim. So I add a Q and this move in the top to tell you that this is not a Q really. It is just to resemble the sound. All right. All right. So we have no questions. Okay, now we go back, we go down to the last few more letters and we are almost done with the alphabet. This is the letter Ha. Ha simply is the same as H. You know, H, Ha. Look at it. It's like a ball. You know, this is how it is by itself. But look how it look like when it is in the beginning. So, and now I will show you actually how we write this letter Ha, because look like this letter is changing a lot. You see, by itself, in the beginning, in the middle, at the end, none of them look the same. So this is kind of unique letter. You need to learn how to write it. Now, you see in print, it's coming like this, but you do not need to write it this way. I will show you how you can write it by the pen. So let us hook up the tablet again. I keep disconnecting so to avoid the crashing. So now, see how we can write letter Ha by itself and in the middle. So I will use, let us see what word I will say. Um, home, very simple word. Home, it's mean they, home. So as long it's in the beginning, I have to write it this way. But look how I will draw it. You can draw this. Like if you are writing F and then you make a bigger circle and that's it. So circle, little small one, and then you go up, you go around again. That is Ha. You do not need to do this and make this. Not necessarily. Maybe this is actually the one I'm doing it. It's a lot easier and faster. All right. So make a circle, another circle, and go. Circle, another circle, and go. All right. Circle, another circle, and go. Are we good? So this is Ha in the beginning. Now, what about writing Ha in the middle? Simply, as if you are digging a hole in the ground. Just make this. That's it. This is Ha in the middle. You do not need to draw it this way. This is for print, an artist way. All right. So I want to say, I will home. We go back to home. So this is Ha, and then home. Home. There's Ma, M. Home. That's mean they. All right. They are. So when I say home, you want to say they. You say home. They. And always the same as in English. You don't use home for one person. You use it for more than three and more, not for two. All right. So hum, they. Let us write the letter ha in the middle. Mahar. You see how I draw? I just make like a little hole. This is ma and ha and go, and this is ra. So M, I make like victory sign, but little bit I move it in this direction, and then letter a, r, ra, mahar, mahar, or mahar. You can change the pronunciation of the word easy by changing the tashkil. So look, I said mahar once, I said muhr once. Mahar is the dowry for the women when you pay for marriage, like to buy furniture. This is the tradition in the Middle East. Uh, like you know, you pay the bride, you give her cash, and she furnish her house. Now, the Muslim, they don't do it this way. They pay money for the family, and the family they keep the money in their pocket. So like you are buying the girl. So mahr, mahr, you know, that's it. I have a fatha here, but then I said again, I said mohr. That's mean there's a dhamma in the top. Mohr, mohr, mu, mohr, mohr. That make it as the baby of the horse, a young horse. You see the difference between this word and this word? Nothing except the tashkil. Here there's a fatha, here there's a dhamma. All right. So just tashkil can change the whole meaning, and this is later something you will learn. So now if we type the word mahar or mohr in a print text, let us see how it's going to look like. I'm typing in English. Hold on. See how it is? Now this is an artistic way. As I said, you do not need to do it this way. All right, just write it in the way I told you, unless you would like to write it this way. If your hand, some people they have really a good hand in writing, and their hand is writing is so beautiful. All right, and some people their hand writing is ugly. So if you like it in Arabic font, there's tons of fonts. I don't know, you can go and search and you will see like there's a lot artistic writing. Some of them is even very hard to read, but it's just for art, you know. However, for you, this is not what your goal is. Your goal is to write and to learn how to write the, you know, easy and fast. So for me, I just write it this way. I don't care really for how artistic it is. I care how clear it is and how easy for people to understand. So ma ha ra, mahar. Let us say, let us write the word sahar. Sa. This is sa. We took the word, the letter sa before. Sa. Remember? Sa. Sa. Not sa. This is sa. This is sa. The sound of the snake. Sa. Okay. So sahar. Her. All right. This is the ha. Sahar mean the like son-in-law, my son-in-law. All right. It might be my son-in-law or actually my brother-in-law. In Arabic, it's the same. So you can use the word for both, even if he is the one who marry your sister or the one who marry your daughter. However, this is a word you use it for a male who marry a female from the family. A male who married to a female from your family. So the word sahar is showing the what is his relative to you. He is a sahar. Sahar mean merge. Like if we say the word in Sahara, in Sahara, which mean melt. In Sahara, in Sahara. This is Alif, and this is Na, and this is Sa, and this is Ha, and this is Ra. In Sahara, which mean he melt, like you put a lot of fire in the and under the metal, and the metal will melt. So the word Sahar, it means simply someone he melt with us because he merged in the family, he became one of the family. All right, so it's coming from that root. Later I will teach you how you can generate from one word many words, and I will give you a very easy rule so you can learn how to memorize words easy. Like you memorize one word, and then I will teach you how from one word you can generate words. That will make it easier for you to make words instead of memorizing them. All right, so this is how the Ha. Now Ha in the middle, we took it, Ha in the beginning. What about at the end? Now always the letter Ha at the end look strange. However, it come in two ways. Even the Ha at the end. You remember the rule we told you before, the letter at the end go back to original? You remember? We mentioned that like hundreds of times. So this is the letter Ha at the end, and or by itself. It might appear this way or it might appear this way. So how we will know is going to appear this way or this way? Which one? I will type them both, and I want here please to focus with me because it's easy. Just memorize it, how to do it, how to recognize the different. This is Ha by itself, and I cannot write it really by itself unless I copy paste, because the keyboard will not do it for me. So I will copy paste. We'll make it both in the same size. So now how we will know that we write it this way or that way? Very simple. You remember we said in the alphabet we have letters which does not accept connection from the left. You remember them? You remember, right? Those letters we have them colored. A, za, da, the, ra, wa. Those don't accept connection from where? From which side? From the left. All right. Marion, I don't understand your question. How suitable ha e in my language? Mean what? In our I'm not sure. Look like we have to do voice talk, so we can hear you one by one. So let us go here and let us learn this rule together. If the letter before the Ha, remember we are talking about what? Ha at the end, correct? Ha at the end now, only at the end. It looked like this, or it might look like that too, as I said. So how we will know if this is the way it is written or it is just this ball? Simply, if the letter before it cannot be connected, you write this ball. So if any of those letters we learned before come before the letter Ha and the letter Ha at the end, then we have to make it as a ball like this. So if the letter before it is Ra or Wa or Da or Da or Za or Alif, right? Those letters don't accept to connect. So we cannot connect this thing here. You get the point? So you can write now a note in your side, always I advise you to have like something to write in, to take a notes, Microsoft Office, whatever, keep open and take notes. So if, how we will know if it is the ball or this thing here? Very simple. If those letters, one of them is coming before it, it have to be the ball. As simple as that. If the letter before it can connect, which means all the alphabet, then we write it this way. So I want to write now the word madrasa. Madrasa. Ma da ra sa. You notice here this is ta, not ha. I did not write really. The reason I'm writing this for you, to make you to be aware of what I'm going to say to you now. They are very close in the sound. Sometimes the ta in Arabic is sound like as if it is really ha, but the fact it's not. How we know? How we know it's not ha? First, the writing. There's two dots here. There's no dots. Secondly, the sound. Look what I said. If I say mitraqa, this is ta, and this is qa. Sorry here. Sorry. Let us write here mitraqa. This is ta. When I say mitraqa, mitraqa, I did not pronounce almost the ta at all. This is a light letter. There's no, you don't see that there's two dots. Mitraqa, mitraqa, but the fact there's two dots. So how I will know that this is a ha or this is ta? Simply by, if we have those two dots here, that will make it ta, and if there is no dots, that will make it ha. Now, why this ta here is very light? Well, this is how it is. I don't want to go in grammar. That will make you more confused. So just try to memorize it. If you see the same shape and there's two dots and one have no dots, the one without dots, for sure this is a ha, and the one with the dots, this is a ta. All right, this ta we call it ta marbuta. Actually, we mentioned that before, if you remember. So let us say, I will type in English, this kind of ta, we call it marbuta. Marbuta, which means tied up. Marbuta. Right? This is here, this is a ha. This is not the same. Now, so if I have a word, there is a ha before it, there is a ha at the end, and there is a ra before it, then we have to make it, we have to make the letter simply come as a ball. I'm trying to, let us see here. So if I have here, let us say, I will write a word does not exist, just to show you how it works. This is ma, and then this is letter ra, and then let us say the last letter is ha. So ha cannot be connected to the letter before it because the letter before it is ra, so it have to come this way. What if we change the letter ra to different letter which accept connection from both sides? Then it's going to be like this, ma. Let us say we add letter ja. You see, right away the has switch to the tail thing, simply because it's accept connection. Are we following? So if this letter here before the ha is any letter does not accept connection from the left, then the ha automatically switch to the ball. So let us say wa. You see how it changed right away? You see it? If we switch, if we change the letter wa here and we add any letter can accept connection, so I will write yeah. Majwiya in Lebanese, it's mean like someone is dirty, but they say majwiya, you know. So you see, just because the letter before it accept connection, the ha switch to be in this way. Any question? Did we write those like the rule I told you? Did you write it down? Because later you might forget. All right. So now we will take our last letter and then we will take the hamza. I will leave the hamza to the end. This is letter yeah. Actually, already we spoke about yeah, how it changed. Like you remember, we saw about how we write it down. This is yeah in the beginning, and this is yeah. Sorry, this is at the by itself, and this is in the beginning, and this is in the middle, and this is yeah at the end. So here yeah. So let us say I will type yeah 3 times. Yeah, and big. If you remember, we mentioned how this letter is going to be written. So simply, this letter by itself is like this. At the end, you remember the rule? When the letter is at the end, it go back to original. So here it is at the end, go back to original. Here in the beginning is like that. Here it is in the middle, it goes like this. How we know that this is ya not ba? Remember, there's two letters are very close. There's ba and ya. Ba and ya. But in writing they are very close when we connect them. As an example, I will write bait. Difference between ba and ya is the dots. Here we have one dot. Here we have two dots. And remember, the dots always is underneath. All right. Any problem? So this duck drawing will go back to be a duck again if it is at the end. As all other letters at the end, they go back to original, except remember we said letter ha have sometime change if the letter before it accept connection or not. Are we good? Any question? Now we will go to the hamza. We will go to the hamza. Now the hamza is a story by itself, but don't be scared. If you write it correctly, like even those who they are born in the Middle East, they finish their school in the Middle East, they get degrees in the Middle East, still they write the hamza when the position of the hamza, they might do it wrongly. So don't feel sorry for yourself if you don't do it correctly. Are you getting my point? I'm just trying to make you feel better. Because people who they are born in the country, they like in the Middle East, they spend all their life studying Arabic, writing Arabic, still they might write the Hamza in the wrong way, in wrong location. So now what is the Hamza? Before we go to Hamza, any question? Like today we did not have many, they are attending, even though we mentioned to them that we have a class every Saturday. But I think because they heard me saying Saturday I have a show, TV show, uh, it wasn't confirmed, so they thought I'm not coming this Saturday. I moved my TV show to Wednesday, and it's going to be at the end of this month. So any question before we continue to Hamza? Yeah, don't be scared of Hamza. Now let us go to the Hamza. I will type for you some words in Arabic, and we will see how the Hamza will come like. This is the Hamza. I will type it again in different way. Uh, let us say in different word. Let us type the word what word? I'm trying. I will try to find something easy, less letters. يأكل. All right. You see the problem here now in my keyboard, because I don't have an Arabic computer. I'm not sure how I can write this letter, the Hamza, underneath. So I'm going to write it without Hamza, and I will add it by my pen. All right. So now I wrote for you 4 words, and the Hamza, each one of them is in different position is going to be. Except this one, there's no Hamza yet because I do not know how to make it happen in my keyboard. Now, this Hamza here, and the first word, qira'a, qira'a. Try to repeat the word after me, because now we took all the letters, so you have no excuse. The first letter is qa. The first letter is qa. This is qa. Qa, qa. Then this one, the second one, is ra, and this is alif, a. And now this is Hamza. All right, this is the Hamza, and here this is ta. Ta. Now later when we get more advanced, I will give you rules how to decide if the Hamza is going to be written this way or this way, or even here like this underneath. How I will know? There's rules for that, and don't worry, really, it's not really too much. Just memorize it and you will be very fine. So like here you will see this Hamza here in the top. This Hamza is in the top. This Hamza is down in the bottom of the alif, of the a. This Hamza is nothing. It's just by itself. So what is the rule? I'm not going to give you right now because it's too early for you to go there. We will try to learn how to make words, sentence, and we will avoid the Hamza for now. And then when we really go advance in reading and start writing, then we will start giving you the rules of the Hamza, how we write it down. For now, just memorize it. So if we give you a word, let us say qira'a, well, this is how qira'a is written. As simple as that. You know, this is qira'a. Just memorize it for now. in a few weeks from now, we will teach you the rule for the Hamza. Are we good to go? Now, how we pronounce the Hamza? Qira'ah, qira'ah. See here, with the Hamza, if there is something jumping, it's not alif, it is qira'ah, not not as alif, like a, no, qira'ah, qira'ah, qira'ah. All right. So it's not even comfortable to say it. So qira'ah, here the hamza in the top of the alif. You will notice when the hamza is coming in the top of the alif, nothing much change in the sound. I mean, if I write it there or not, is going to look the sound the same as aina, because the letter alif by itself is sound like there's a hamza on it. So aina, it's the same as a sound if I'm saying the letter alif by itself. You remember we say even alif, we say alif, it's like but it is a little bit different. And someone might say, okay, what the benefit of this? I will give you an example with this here. If I put the hamza underneath of the alif, instead of saying I man, I say E man. So the hamza going down, it changed the direction of reading from A to E. When the hamza is coming in nothing, which means nothing in the top of it, nothing underneath of it, it just by itself. It's telling you that here you stop and you pronounce it just by itself. Qira, qira. There's alif before it. There's ta after it. However, all of them, they go smooth until you go to the hamza, and then suddenly you make this sound. Qira, 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 qira'a. Now, some of you might say, now, why you are saying qira'a, not qira'at? Because this is ta. You remember the letter ta is like this. I'm not using the pen, I'm using my mouse. So let us write it with the pen. This is ta, and this is ta marbuta, the one we said it is tied up. So how come here we pronounce it clear? So we say, let us say, we say bait. Look, bait, ta, bait, bait. The ta is very clear here. All right. And how come here when I say qira'ah, it's as if you are saying ha? Simply, it's a light T, light. Later we will teach you about this rules too. So qira'ah, I'm not saying qira'at. You know what I'm saying? Even though the letter is ta. So mostly when we see this kind of ta, you make it light. Qira'ah. You don't say qira'at. Like you don't close your mouth and like qira'at or bait. Qira'ah. Very light. All right. So everywhere is the same actually. The hamza right now, you know, we cannot talk much about it unless we go more advanced, like soon when we start making words and we make sentence, and then we will go to the grammar. Then I will teach you how the hamza can be located, how to find out when the hamza is going to be like this or that or etc. All right. That's why we left the hamza to the end. Now the hamza is a very complicated. If you don't remember the rule, I will give you later. However, even if you make a mistake with it, don't worry about it. as I said, even those who are born in the Middle East, when they write it, they make mistakes. So don't feel like sad for it. Any question? Now we have a Facebook page. I will post it under the video. I forgot to post it. I want all of you, those who like to share by their voice, to question, to send me your email so I can invite you by email to be part of the conversation, so you can talk to me when we are in the class. However, please don't talk unless I ask you to do so, which means you text first. You say I have a question. I will say to you, go by name. I will say your name, and then you talk. You keep your mic always closed until you decide that it's time to use it. All right, just to keep everything in order. Don't forget to send me your email in Facebook, and you will receive then an invitation to be part of the conversation. Just not just someone who listens, someone who can open his mic. And be sure that your camera is off. We don't want camera, we want just the microphone. Unless if you want to show me you are writing something later in the board or in the computer, you can open the camera and point it at your computer, all right, to correct you. All right, any question? And again, today we did not have many people because I told them last time that I will have a TV show Saturday, but look like ABN, they choose different date, so we are not going to do it in Saturday no more. It's going to be Wednesday. I believe it's going to be that my coming TV show is going to be Wednesday. I think it's going to be 28th of June, at the end of this month, in Trinity Channel. So any question? I don't see any question here. Let me clean the questions. Don't be shy to ask me to repeat something. All right, because if you don't ask me, I will never know if you understand or not. It's clear for me anyway. This is my language, but for you, I will not know. Like if you go to the doctor, if you don't tell him that you have pain, he will not know it. Anyone? I'm trying to see if there is any question. How do I know if I read the letter na or da when it is at the middle? Na or da? There's a huge difference between na and da. Like, why you are going to be confused anyway between da and na? I'm not sure why you are confused about it. Let us see. Na and da. This is na and this is da. They don't look the same. Why you will be confused about it? You know what I mean, Stephanie? There's not even close. Like na is like Nancy, so I want to say Nargila. It's the one they smoke with, the pipe, Nargila. So let us make a word have the letter da. Nadine. This is da and this is na. They have nothing to share. How I'm going to be confused between na and da, I'm not sure. Na sound different, written different. Da sound different and written different. Da is like dog. Da. And this is na. So here the da is the same as dog. The na is the same as Nancy or night. Sound is different. The look is different. Nothing to share. Now you might get confused with the and the. Well, there's no reason to confuse with that too, because the have a dot in the top. The, this is the, and this is the. So they are different. The one have a dot in the top, it is the one does not have a dot, that is the. I hope I answered you. It's okay if your question came late, no problem. Question is a question. It's good to answer it anyway. Anything else? All right. Well, today we finish all the alphabet, and there's many websites online. They teach you words. The coming week, the coming Saturday at 2 p.m. exactly, we will take the class again. What we will do this time, we'll try to make words and write words and memorize words. So now if I go right now and search in Google for learn Arabic words, maybe I can pull up some list for you and you can start working and memorizing things. But I don't want you to learn like there's many websites, they teach you the words in English. I don't like that. I want you like here. Let me show you this one. I will show you this website here. If you see with me here, this one, they are teaching you things in, it's supposedly Arabic, but the fact it's English. That's not what we want. That will confuse you, will never teach you anything. All right? So we don't want that. We want where we can learn Arabic for real. Like, what the point of saying to me that la mean no? Well, thank you very much. Still, I do not know how to write it down in Arabic. All right. So let me search. I'll try to find some good website. All right, like this one here.
Welcome to ArabicPod101.com.
All right, just wait. Well, here, this website, there's many websites you can search. There's many websites. Try to, like this one here, it make the sound for you in English and in Arabic, I guess. Yeah, and this is the let me switch to my microphone here. You see, like here, the word, they are teaching you the word in Arabic. This is the word ghadan. Now already you know the whole alphabet. Let me make it big. Now I don't want you to focus in the English writing here. As I said, this is not really what we will teach you, but if it helps, just read it for maybe once. But then you have to read here. You know the alphabet, there is no reason for you to read in Latin. So you say hunaka. Don't focus in this. You know what I mean? You know the alphabet. You know ha, you know na, you know alif, you know ka. So hunaka. What is the point of saying in Latin? This is not the right way to do it. If you depend in this, you will never learn Arabic. Trust me. If you want really to learn, you focus on reading the Arabic letters, not English or Latin letters. So here, like they are showing you here, the word usbu'a. This is very good website actually. I'm going to post it for you underneath of the video. All right. So you go there, try to memorize and try to write the word as it is, and try to write the letters by themselves. A, s, b, u, a. Usbu'a. Usbu'a mean week. Usbu'a.
أسبوع
Usbu'a. That's very good. They have even a speaker. They can play the word for you.
أسبوع
All right. So you can use it. Feel free to use it. I will post the website underneath, and I think it's for free, so there's no problem to use it. And again, I warn you not to focus on the English. Read. You know the alphabet. You know that. Okay, what is the first letter? Sa. Okay, sa. So we have sa. What is the second letter? Na. Sun. Now what is the last letter? Ta. Sun. Sunnah. So let us say sinna, sunnah. I'm not sure. Here we go. They have the speaker will fix it for you. سنة واحدة على التقويم. سنة واحدة على التقويم. So here they are teaching this word.
سنة
So first, the letters by themselves, they are kind of confusing because you do not know how to pronounce it correctly. That's fine. Start with letter by letter. Sa, na, san, and then ta. This is ta marbuta, ta light ta. So sana. Remember the ta, we don't say sanat. This is ta marbuta, not ta maftuha. You remember the ta maftuha, the one we said it's open? All right. So as long they have a speaker there, that will be wonderful. And the coming week, try to memorize some words, and we will make sentence. We will teach you how to make sentence, how we write them, and we will start learning a little bit of a grammar. So if you see, if I write the same letters, this is sa and this is na. Instead of writing the letter ta marbuta, I write the ta maftuha. That will make it sanat. Sanat. But because here it is marbuta, it's going to be sana. Sana. Here, the another word, wahida. Wa, the first letter. The second is alif. The third is ha. The four is da. The last one is ta marbuta again. So wahida. You notice when we write fast in Arabic, we don't use two dots. We make this sign here. It's the same. So if you want to connect the two dots in Arab in handwriting, it's perfect. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. You can do that too with the ya. You see the ya have two dots. We connect them. No problem. 99% of people when they write Arabic, they connect the two dots. If you make it one dot, that's a problem. Making two dot, it's correct. Connecting them is correct. Be careful. So anyway, this is a very good website, I think. Especially it's you can repeat the word many times as much as you want. And as you notice, when you click at the website, at the word in the website, I mean, it go big. That's very good. Make it clear for you, so you pronounce it and you say it. And then to correct yourself, you click at the speaker, which means even if I am not with you now, this is not will not be enough for you to learn how to write and read, because now you will have the difficulty of the grammar, which is really kind of complicated. So this is a very helpful site. I'm going to post it underneath of the video. Remember to take it, copy it. Actually, I'm going to post it right away in Facebook. All right, I will go right now to Facebook and I will post it there, so you can take it from Facebook immediately. Let us go here. Anyway, you will see it there in a few moments. Anyone have any question for me about what we learned today? Any question? How you know the letter na or da when it is in the middle? Because simply it's in the middle. You know, Stephanie, listen to it with me. How I know that is na, the na is in the middle? How I know the first one is na in the beginning? How I know the second one is not the last? Because simply you are saying letters be after it. Correct? If there's more letters to come, obviously this is not. This is in the middle. In the middle does not mean it is exactly in the middle. It's mean there is more letters to come. So if I want to say, you know, there's a city in Spain. It's called Madrid. Madrid. I will type Madrid in Arabic. Madrid. Type in English. Madrid. Right now, how I know that the da is not, how I know that da it's in the middle or at the end? Very simple, because you are saying more letters after it. If the last letter you stop with is da, okay, that's mean that da is the last letter. If the last letter is not da, it's mean there's more to come. It is in the middle. In the middle here does not mean is exactly in the middle. It's mean it is between letters. This is what da here mean. Did I answer you, Stephanie? The na with the dot on it, like the. No, the letter na, always there's a dot on it. Letter na, listen carefully. Letter na, it doesn't matter where it is always with dot. Now, if the last letter is at the end of the word, the letter na go back to original. This is the case for all letters, no exception. You see all the alphabet here, all this alphabet. When the letter at the end go back to original. But we don't take dots off. It doesn't matter if it's in the beginning, it is in the middle, it is at the end. The shape only go back to original at the end, the shape. So let us say we have letter wa or letter qa. This letter by itself is qa, like this. When it is at the end, it is the same look. The only thing, the only difference is we have a connection, but we don't change the dots. The dots always have to be there. Letter na in the middle, letter na at the end, at the beginning, it doesn't matter. You don't take dots. This is period. Are you getting my answer? We don't play with the dots. Dots will not be changed, will not be taken off. Never. We're almost done actually for a break. There's no need for a break. I want to just be sure that Stephanie is got my answer. All right. So guys, when the letter in the beginning in the top, if the letters have dots, you never take them off. Don't ever do that. So if I write now, let us write this here. I will write letters have dots. I will just connect them one after one. It doesn't matter what they are. Na, ba, ya, sha, ta, qa, fa, ga, kha, ga. We don't take letters ever. I mean the dots. Those dots always have to be there. They are in the middle, they are at the end, they are in the front. It doesn't matter. You take the dot off, you are really in big trouble. You just deleted the letter, the whole letter change. You see, remember, Arabic language is very sensitive language. Not only the dot can change the whole meaning, even tashkil can change the whole meaning. I will give you an example. So if I write now I will write with my pen. Let's just hook up the tablet. I will write this word, and I will not say what it is when I write it. I'm not going to use the keyboard because the keyboard will add dots automatically. All right. So I will say now the first letter is kind of confusing because what is that? There's many possibility. It can be fa with one dot. It can be qa with two dots, or maybe it is meme. If it's meme with no dots, that will make it matar. Matar mean airport. If I add dot, that is fitar. Fitar is a breakfast. If I add two dots, that's qitar. That is a train. You see how the whole thing changed? From matar, which mean airport, to fitar, which mean breakfast, to qitar, which mean train. So you see the dot, how the dot can make a big difference. Are you getting the point? Yeah, just give me after we finish right away. I will put that website for you. Don't worry, I will do it. Are we clear in this? A little like I remember once there is in the Middle East, there's like many people get killed because someone he wrote an article about a big name in the country and he forgot to add a dot, and that made the word a big insult. So those two savage people, two savage group, they start shooting at each other. Many people get killed because of a dot. So be careful.